Welcome to 104.5, the team's Week 7 New York NFL preview. Andrew Williams, Tom Kozlowski. Now we're just going over our records before we get into this. Guys, you want to tell the people your
5 and 6, but I'm getting hot.
And what was mine?
7 and 4. You're a little hot.
7 and 4, 5 and 6. I'm up. Last week, Bills lost to Cincinnati. We both had Cincinnati.
We both did have Cincinnati.
We both had Giants.
We did.
We lost there. And then we both had the Jets.
Yep.
So 2-1 last week. Wasn't bad.
We stayed even. Nobody made a move in any part of the stadiums in all 3 of those games. The one we both missed was the Eagles. We were getting talk from other folks.
Master.
Yeah, we're getting some love saying we picked the Eagles, We both ignored them, and we both paid the price.
All right, let's see if we can agree and both maybe go 3-0 this week. Let's start off in London. I feel like we're always in London with one of these New York teams. Bills, Jaguars, 9:30 on Sunday, only on Yahoo?
This is going to be the future of the NFL. At least they're going to test out a bit, because there was some rumors and talks earlier a few months ago that the NFL would explore the possibility of possibly putting games on Netflix and making that a streaming service, see if they can make some money off of that. Obviously, Netflix, a hugely popular online streaming site. Will it work? I'm more excited about the complaints, like Sunday morning from the people that went out drinking on Saturday. Maybe the people who aren't technologically savvy, yelling and screaming.
Absolutely.
I say a prayer for all the people who are working DirecTV and Time Warner and Verizon, because the angry calls.
Oh my gosh.
But I think it's a good move, at least by the NFL, to find out and see if it's going to work. These are 2 teams that nationally aren't super popular, and to see if the numbers are high for this game, it's a good baseline to see at least the future of the NFL.
I hate everything about this game.
Everything about
It's in London.
Yeah.
It's at 9:30 in the morning, and it's only streaming on Yahoo, unless you live in Buffalo or Jacksonville. Just let me get a game on CBS. Let me wake up. Let me make some bacon and eggs and watch the game normal. That's all I want. Maybe a mimosa or 2, but all right, it's happening. The NFL just wants more money. We know that. Let's get to what really matters. Bills at Jaguars. Tyrod Taylor out. Carlos Williams out. Sammy Watkins out. Percy Harvin out. What's going to happen in this game?
I still can't find a way to ever pick the Jacksonville Jaguars to win a game. Blake Bortles is putting up some nice numbers right now. I'll give the Jags that. But the Bills right now, still across the board, at every position almost, they're better than Jacksonville. I'm going to take the better team. I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills in this game.
What do you watch for? I mean, how do you think these Bills can win this game?
Can E.J. Manuel put up similar numbers like he did in the last game? Although they lost to the Bengals, I get some of that time came when they were trailing to the game, sure. But you put up 263 passing, you put up a touchdown rushing and passing. E.J. knows the spotlight's going to be on him. Yeah. And there was talk last week, I think we even discussed it, that if E.J. played well against Cincinnati, there would be a little bit of talk of quarterback controversy. E.J. knows that can still be out there if he plays well against Jacksonville. So his play, and vice versa, if he struggles against the Jags, they may will him out of Western New York.
The Jacksonville Jaguars right now, the better quarterback normally wins the game. Blake Bortles, last 3 games, 300 yards in all of them. He's playing very well right now. Allen Robinson's well right now.
Yeah.
TJ Yeldon's playing well right now. But that Buffalo defense, if that offense, if you went into the Buffalo Bills season and you said, we will be a great team unless this happens, that has happened. They lost Sammy Watkins. Like I said, Percy Harvin, Tyrod Taylor, who's playing well. He's playing well enough to win them games. They're at 500. They're a 500 team right now. You're going to be shocked, guys.
Wait, where are we going here?
I'm picking the home team, the team that's going to be in London in the next 5 years permanently.
Whoa!
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay.
They're playing a lot better than people think. They've been close in the games. And I'm telling you, E.J. unless Shady McCoy literally once 50 times and gets like 300 yards, this game is not going to be.
What about the sleeping patterns? There's been a lot of talk about sleeping. Buffalo got there early right after their game Sunday. Jacksonville waited till Friday today to get there. You're not concerned about sleep at all.
If you're a professional athlete, that shouldn't bother you. You should be able to go over there and play ball. That's what you're doing. I do. I got the Bills. I got the Jags. I think the Jags pull it off. I mean, I don't trust E.J. Manuel. I don't trust the Jags, but I don't trust E.J. Manuel.
So one of us is not going to go undefeated. We already have our first disagreement so far.
All right, well, let's see. Jets versus Pats, 1 o'clock. The game everybody's been talking about. Sheldon Richardson can't seem to shut his damn mouth about it. This is a big game. Obviously, 1-2. One of these teams winning the division, one's going to be that first wild card spot. That's how it's lining up right now. I know we're only halfway through the NFL season, just about. But what are you watching for, Pats vs. Jets?
I'm looking across at Todd Bowles. This is the game he's under the most pressure on. And I get New England, if you look at their schedule, you could argue that this Jets matchup is the toughest team they've played so far. But the hype around the Patriots matchup and the Jets matchup has always been around Rex Ryan the past few years. How bad he wanted to beat the Patriots every single year. The great lines, I'm not going to kiss their rings. The great classic soundbite of Bart Scott. Can't wait to get New England the next week. All of that rivalry, is it still going to have that same vibe when Todd Bowles shows up? And is he ready to coach against New England? Because that offense has been clicking. They don't make any mental mistakes ever. They don't blow assignments. It's very tough to beat New England. Is Todd Bowles ready for the test as a head coach in his first shot against New England? That's the key in this one.
I think the biggest thing I'm watching for is that Julian Edelman short route. Darrelle Revis, that's been his downfall. That's been his kryptonite. Tom Brady was up against Darrelle Revis every practice last season.
Right.
So is Bill Belichick, knows what Darrelle Revis' weaknesses are and strengths are. That's going to be a huge factor in this game. Screeners out with concussion. Antonio Cromartie is all well, but he's dropped this year. We've seen a decline in his performance.
Yep.
So that secondary is going to get tested. I think there's going to be a lot of Julian Edelman. So that's the biggest thing what I'm watching for. But what's the key for the Jets to get this victory?
The Jets, if they can figure out a way, Rex Ryan joked about it when he was with Buffalo and still is, that how do you stop Gronk? If they can figure out any type of way to stop Rob Gronkowski, I don't know how you do it, but if they can limit him to maybe 60 yards and keep this close in the fourth quarter, that's the key for the New York Jets to stay competitive and keep their chances of winning this game and becoming one of the best teams across the board in the AFC.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think the biggest thing I'm watching for, the key to their victory I have right now is Chris Ivory. I was at the Skins Jets game last week, and Chris Ivory is the new beast mode.
Yeah, you can look at him as a top 5 back in the NFL.
There's no way in hell you cannot call him that right now. He is just playing outstanding, and the Patriots are letting up over 4 yards of rush right now.
Wow.
So then you saw Stacy come out last week with Bilal Powell being out, with that hamstring. Chris Ivory, Stacy getting that going, keeping the Jets with the ball. That's how you win this game. Who do you have winning though?
I'm still going to take New England. I can't pick against Tom Brady. They've talked about this New England Patriots team being just as good, if not better, than the 2017. Until I see New England lose, I'm not going to pick against them. I think they pull away in the fourth quarter and just too much in this one. I'm looking at like a 35-20 win, double-digit win for New England in this, even though it's an in-division game.
All right, so my heart wants me to pick the Jets so bad. Like, I just want to pick the Jets in this game.
104.5 the team, home for your New York Jets. Are you going with our squad?
I want to pick the Jets so bad. Like, it's everything all week. I'm like, this is it. Like, Sheldon Richardson back, Leonard Williams. Like, this is the time the Patriots are going to lose. But then you can't pick against the Patriots. You can't do it. I'm scared. I'm literally scared to pick against the Patriots. I want to do it so bad, but you're right. I'm going to pick, no, it's going to be a closer game. I think I got like 28-24. Patriots coming out and pulling it out. So then, we go to the late game. The division, NFC East. The toilet bowl division game. Sorry, Giants fans. This is awful.
I thought you were going to call this the Jeff Schwartz versus Armin Williams Bowl.
Oh, that's
really what it is.
That is what it is. Oh, my God. Next Tuesday, I can't wait to hear that.
Oh, it's going to be fun with Giants offensive lineman Jeff Schwartz talks to lifelong Cowboy fan, former employee of the Cowboys, Armin Williams, about this matchup.
425, Giants Cowboys, Matt Castle at the helm for the Cowboys, Eli Manning coming off a pathetic performance. There's no other way to put it. It was an absolutely pathetic performance all around. What do you watch for in this game?
Boy, is Matt Castle ready? I feel like they just picked him up off the street. This is a guy who was on the Buffalo Bills. He made the roster as a third-string guy, but as soon as we knew that Castle's third string, it was just a matter of time between either him or EJ getting the move out of Western New York. He finds a spot in Dallas. He hasn't played competitive football in years to actually be a starter and actually in a division game where it matters. There's been talk, very doubtful, but Des Bryant's doing everything he can to get back. Probably still very, very small percentage he's actually even on the field or dressed. I still can't look at that Dallas offense and say, relying on Matt Castle, you're going to have enough in this one.
Yeah, and I mean, there's no other way to go. That's another team, doesn't have a lot of weapons right now. But the New York Giants last week looked absolutely horrendous.
They look like a different team. This team could easily, the Giants, be 5-0 if they didn't have 2 fourth quarter collapses. I don't know what team showed up on Monday night.
That's exactly it. There's those 2 losses they had that you could say they easily won. Then you had last week, which they looked like crap. They looked like absolutely crap. Couldn't run the ball. OBJ was the only one doing anything, and he was just another. He wasn't himself. He still got that hamstring injury. Ruben Randall's got that hamstring injury. You're counting on Dwayne Harris and Larry Donnell. Holy crap! Larry Donnell can't do his job.
Yikes.
Can't catch a damn ball.
And that's what if you look at the loss of Fells, the stuff that happened with him with Mercer, but boy, the way Donnell's playing, if they had Fells would have a chance to beat him out for a spot right now. There's no doubt about it.
I think that's the thing. Tom Coughlin can't put anybody else in. But I think the key to victory right now for the New York Giants is somehow finding a running game. If it's getting Andre Williams going more, if it's getting Rashad Jennings going more. Last week I said Shane Vereen. He didn't look good last week. Nobody looked good though, so we can't say that. Eli Manning looked awful. This is a bad Cowboys team though. Yes, they're getting Randy Gregory back, but this is a bad Cowboys team. You need to get some confidence boost here. I know you're in Dallas, but this is a big game and they need it.
And it's amazing because the NFC East, as you touched on, the NFC East.
Oh no, they're in New York. Sorry, they're in New York.
The NFC East, whatever you want to call it. This is going to be a division that comes down to an 8-8, 9-7 team. If Dallas can get healthy quick, they can still be contenders in the division, like you just touched on. It's a must-win for them because the farther and farther these guys are out, they continue to dig a hole. They may not, when December rolls around, have enough to make up on this.
What's your final?
Man, I really want to take Dallas. I liked Dallas a lot in the preseason. I thought they were going to be a Super Bowl contender, if not the Super Bowl champions, and how close they got last year with the Dez Bryant catch. But it's hard for me to look at so many questions in the backfield. The quarterback position, no healthy Dez Bryant. The Giants defense still at times can make a lot of plays and make things happen in that secondary. I have to lean towards the Giants, but it's going to be a low-scoring game. We're looking at something like 17-7 in this one. Take the under for sure.
17-7.
Giants.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so this is another one where we disagree.
Whoa,
I am
all right.
picking the Cowboys. Prince Mukamura is out. That defense with the Cowboys offensive line. This is still the best offensive line there is. Matt Castle's going to have some time.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to try to look for those short routes with Cole Beasley. Hopefully they can Julius Randle running the ball well. And you know that man Darren McFadden, he's going to have a breakout game.
We hope so.
He's going to have a breakout game in
MetLife
this weekend. Book it now, Darren McFadden, all-star of the game.
Next week, I'm not going to have as much hair, which I'm a little upset about. This is going to go.
You're planning to go?
It's got to get cut for a wedding, so I'm going to be looking different. I don't know. You might be looking different because it might be me and you tied on the top of the standings next 2 games back.
We shall see. And I hope everybody likes our new banner.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.